where we have calculate the mean deviation ND, mean deviation depict ND of the following age of some students in a class, which are 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 3. To look for the mean deviation here, it is very important that we look for the mean. And we know the formula of the mean to be summation x divided by n in the case of an ungrouped data. Now we add all this together, we have 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 3 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 6. So we have 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 5, 15, 15 plus 8 is 23, 23 plus 10 is 33, 33 plus 3 is 36. So we have 36 divided by 6, which is equals to 6. Now to look for median here, what we do now is to use this set of values, we minus this set of values from the mean. Now we have GB 4 minus 6, the mean, 2 bracket plus 5 minus 6 bracket 6 plus 6 minus 6 plus 8 minus 6, 8 minus 6 plus 10 minus 6 plus 3 minus 6. Then we equate everything here by 6, which is the total distribution. 4 minus 6 gives us minus 2 plus 5 minus 6 is minus 1. 6 minus 6 is 0 plus 8 minus 6 is 2 plus 10 minus 6 is 4 plus 3 minus 6 is minus 3 divided by 6. Before we move ahead, it is very important that we note that the formula for mean deviation is summation modulus s minus mean divided by n. So here we have modulus. Modulus here means that any value with minus will turn to plus. So the value here, any value that is having minus, will remove the minus and we put plus. So from this question here now, any value with minus will depict, will be turned to plus. So we have here to be 2 instead of minus 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 divided by 6. So by the time we add all these together, we have 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 4 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. So we have 12 divided by 6, which is now 2. So our mean deviation here is 2. Now variance and standard deviation. For variance, variance is the square of mean deviation. As we have earlier, that mean deviation is the summation modulus x minus x bar modulus n. Variance will now be the square of mean deviation, where you have summation x minus x bar, summation, that is modulus, which is divided by n, then this raised to power 2. So we can see that we have powered ND to be equals to, we can see here that we have powered mean deviation. So which means that variance is mean deviation raised to power 2. Standard deviation now, standard deviation is the square root of variance. So we have standard deviation, to be the square root of variance, which can be written as summation x minus x bar raised to power 2 divided by n in the case of an ungrouped data. But in the case of a table, what we have in standard deviation is summation f x minus x bar raised to power 2 divided by summation f, all square root. That is for standard deviation. Now we can solve questions to know much more about this. The question says, calculate the standard deviation for the set of data in the table age 8, 10, 14, 18, and these are the number of people with these ages. So the next thing to do is to prepare another table, which is a new table. So here we have age, we have frequency, and we have the age to be 8, 10, 14, and 18. 4 people are 8 years old, 3 people are 10 years old, 5 people are 14 years old, and 8 people are 18 years old. The next thing I will need to do solve for is FS. And FS here talks about saying that I will need to multiply F times X, because X here represents this age. So I have 4 times 8 to be 32. I have 3 times 10 to be 30. 5 times 14 is 70. And 8 times 18 is 144. I will add this value together. I have 726. Also, I will also add the value of F together. So I have 20. Before we need to solve for standard deviation, we need to solve for mean deviation, variance, and finally we now solve for standard deviation. So to solve for mean here, I know that my mean value here is summation fx divided by summation f. The summation fs here is the addition of the value of fx divided by the value of addition of all the value we have here in frequency. So we have 276 divided by 20, which will give us 13.8. Now the next thing to look for now is to start solving for mean deviation. And to solve for mean deviation, we need to solve for x minus x bar. So what we do here is to pick the value of x here and minus it from the mean. And how do we do that? We say 8 minus 13. That will give us minus 5.8. 10 minus 13.8 gives us minus 3.8. While 14 minus 13.8 gives us 0.2. 13 minus 13.8 gives us 4.8. The next thing here is to get the modulus. By modulus, we remove every value we remove minus from every value that has minus. So we have modulus x minus x bar. We have 5.8, 3.8, 0.8, and 0.2 rather, and we have 4.2. This value. Then we now solve for f x minus x bar. By this, what we do here is to multiply the value of f to x minus x bar. So we multiply by saying 4 times 5.8 gives us 23.2. 3 times 3.8 gives us 11.4. Next one is 5 times 0.2 gives us 1.0. Then the last one, which is 8 times 4.2 gives us 33 rather, 0.6. So we add this value together, we have 69 rather, 0.2. Don't forget that the value for mean deviation, the mean deviation is summation modulus x minus x bar divided by summation f. So the value here we have 69.2 divided by summation f, which is 20. So our mean deviation here will give us 3.46. Now we solve for variance. Variance. So how do we solve for variance? Before we solve for variance, we know that is the square root of modulus. So what we do here is to come and say we look for the square root of modulus x minus x bar square. Now we solve for x minus x bar raised to power 2. Now we go to x minus x bar, that is modulus raised to power 2. So we begin to raise these values power 2. So we have 5.8 raised to power 2. We have 33.64. 3.8 raised to power 2 gives us 14.44. 0.2 gives us 0.04. While 4.2 raised to power 2 gives us 17.64. Now we are solving for f modulus x minus x bar raised to power 2. So we get the value for f times modulus x minus mean raised to power 2. So we have 4 times 33.64. That will give us 134.56. For 3 times 14.44, we have 43.32. 5 times 0.04 gives us 0.2. Then the next one is 8 times 8 times 17.64 gives us 141.12. So what we do is we add these values together. So by adding this value together, we have 119.20. Now here to solve for variance now. Excuse me. So variance will be the square of the mean. So here, so we now have variance to be equals to summation modulus f modulus x minus x bar raised to power 2 divided by summation f. Now we have the value of summation f modulus x minus x bar raised to power 2 divided by summation f. So we have 13 319.20 divided by summation f, which is 20. So by solving this now, we have our variance to be 15.96. Now to solve for standard deviation, we all know that standard deviation is the square root of variance. Since the value of variance is 15.96, so standard deviation now will be root of 15.96, which will give us 3.99. So our standard deviation here is 3.99.